Hello, it's Pine Tree. Today I'm breaking down my 4:14 speedrun on Kyangus Skylines. If you want a speedrun, you want to pick the big guy because he has the most knowledge and starts with the most people. At least for the Skylines if you want to speedrun the Skylines. Probably would work for all the others too. So it starts off like any other game that you might have. Now you're going to want to put down your campfire as fast as possible, and I kind of blunder first. This kind of part is kind of luck. It depends how fast you're going to grab the wood to put it onto here, because with the nails too, it builds relatively fast. Sometimes it'll take like 30 seconds for the guy to bring the wood over onto the campfire to actually build it. I tried to force him onto there to see if it would go any faster. It didn't really work. But eventually I got the campfire going. Now here you're going to want to go to your technology, of course, and you got to go to shelter right away, and I'll explain why later. But I didn't have the house I was looking for, so then you want to progress onto the path to the final part. So here I blundered a little bit. I probably could have gotten a shorter run, because here I noticed there was nothing good, and I wanted to see what the lowest favor was, so I had enough favor for the rest of the game. So you can see I blundered, and then the hermit was the least favor, so I choose him, or that. And now I immediately go back in. I should have checked shelter first, but I checked passive first. But I realized my mistake, backed out. And then here, this is where you want clay huts. Clay huts are the best for two reasons, actually. The thatched huts and clay huts have this thing where sometimes you can get a brave for free, but clay huts it's guaranteed. So, eagerness, you don't actually need food to get a clay hut to produce a brave. That's where the speedrun comes in, because I don't need to make any food. Thatched huts is just randomly free. Clay huts are super fast to build, so they're very good. Speaking of clay huts, I got a really good spawn around clay, so I didn't have to mark anything, or my braves didn't have to travel very far to get the resources they needed. So here I'm just waiting for the thinker to finish up his research. Immediately when I get a clay huts, I try to place one down. I kind of miss it, but you're going to want to place down 4 because you're going to need 10 people. I actually need to place down 5, but I got 1 extra brave out of it. I don't know if it really helps, but it should not really matter depending, because you have 6 braves, and if you put 1 on each house, it should go pretty fast anyway. And also I research passive. Baskets is very good because, of course, when they're moving resources from far away to get to your skylines, they need to be fast, and baskets literally help. It's the best tech to do with that. So here I placed down my clay huts. Nothing really going on here, and they're just building. I forced this guy to build this one so he goes faster, and that one to help out on that one. You see, it only takes 2 clay, so this one's already halfway done. And with the nails, free nail from the big guy, it goes faster. Then you can see I research the skylines while the houses are getting built. You can see this house is already done, so what I do is immediately force them to go inside the house. That one's done, so I forced him to go in, force one of those guys to go in, and I forced him to go in there. Oh, this is where it gets tricky, so I start placing down my skylines, and immediately, once I see that they're done, I take the brave out of the house, so I know that I don't need to put another brave in there, so I have maximum amount of braves in my houses. So I forced some of them to start building these skylines. In hindsight, I probably should have placed all 4 skylines before I started building on them, just to maximize efficiency. And you can see I have 11 out of 12 people here, so I do have my max amount of people. I only need 10, and I have 1 extra. So I realize that, and I take out all my braves out of the houses. You can see more braves enter houses that aren't being used. For a good spot, found one. Really good spot. I marked the clay over here so Braves have easier access. I noticed that Brave going and I kick him out. So I need to have the max amount of Braves inside to be able to work. I thought I placed the skylines down over there, but I think it was up there. I do realize that, oh, I think I have 4 skylines. Yeah, I have 5 currently. So I go and kick him off of that one to go work on. I saw the no food pop up, so I was like, oh, people are getting produced. So I immediately get rid of all of them. Sometimes a good strategy is to, I also mess up here, I send them on to that one down there when I had 5. I think, 1, 2, 3, yeah, 4, and then 5. So I don't actually think any of them targeted onto that area, which is good. What I was saying is there's a strat where you can hit the disassemble or dismantle on the houses and it won't go back in to breed or produce other Braves. I didn't do this, but if you keep an eye on your idle, you can see how many Braves you have available. So right now I have 0, which is good. 0 or 1, which is very good, since I want the least amount of idle Braves. Right now I'm looking around for the weakest one to assign my Brave to, which is that one up there. Sometimes you gotta be wary. Right here was very bad. Wind can be very bad for you, because they'll blow your Braves away and reduce your output and your building speed. I think that happened. Yeah, that happened over there and some over here. Very, very unfortunate. So once that one's done, I can tell it takes 5 clay. He can move up and help out this one. Here's a strat that you can also pull off. You can see that they have clay in their inventory. I can see that one's running over there. I want to make sure that one would run right back there too. Immediately finishing that one. And you can see that one's going over there, so I force him over there. Now this, I click on it to get ready to host the festival. Immediately as I see it, I host it. And you just wait for the festival to finish. And then it'll say finish the game, and you will, well, you have a speedrun. So in this instance I got a 4:14. If I got clay huts first and did a little better managing my Braves and didn't mess up on the hermit there, I probably could have gotten them faster. If you want, another strategy is to get incense for your campfires, another passive over here. While the big guy's not doing anything, you can research that, which is, now that I think about it, probably a pretty good strat. Or another passive like the chopping with axes to get double axe speed. So that is my speedrun. 4:14 as you can see. Skyline's completed. These are the techs I use. You probably could use incense. House is built. You only need to build 4. If you want to do max, I got 5 and I had 11 Braves. Thank you for watching.